the album. Okay, we caught wind of it when he dropped KOD. Because there's one song with Kill Edward, and then it says intro to the fall off. And from there, he was hinting to us that we are going to get this album. And it looks like the time has finally arrived. Now, he dropped the off season a couple years ago. That was supposed to be the fall off, but I guess Cole said, not yet. Since then, he has been releasing a lot of loose singles. We got Heaven's EP and more. Cole just keep giving us songs like Middle Child throughout the years. He's been giving us songs and snippets of what's to come on the fall off. And I guess none of those songs were up to par. So Cole was just like, you know what? I'm just going to wait for the perfect time. And here we are in 2026. He has announced that February 6th is the day that we are going to get the highly anticipated album, The Fall Off. Now, y'all know I'm vice president of the Cole Club, okay? So I go hard for J. Cole. I'm seeing a lot of disses on the internet. Y'all make sure y'all follow me on TikTok and Instagram if you want to catch somebody digitally jumping people. That's me, okay? I'm seeing a lot of disses on there. People talking about how Cole's always stuck in the past. His music is a snooze fest. And I want to tell people this. The Fall Off is going to be the biggest album of 2026. And not only because his fan base, because he's about to save hip hop single-handedly, okay? Let's be real. We haven't been getting the best music in hip hop for a very long time. And J. Cole is the right one to bring us back to touching some grass musically, giving us bars and giving us these interesting sounds and a cohesive album. J. Cole's about to do that for us. Right when I feel like hip hop is dying out, Cole comes through with a cape to save the day. So, for starters, besides the trailer, I want to talk about track 2, disc 2. He releases a music video via IG, which is crazy. It's actually out on YouTube and more. And in this music video, let's start off with the song. The song is beautiful. It's a beautiful record. I've been listening to it every day. Not only to just paint the picture of what we could tell in this album, but it's something I need. Something that I love about J. Cole is he's just a part of all of us. And the one thing we are all afraid of is death. And death is something that is inevitable. It's bound to happen. And that's pretty interesting because when he's promoting the Fall Off, right underneath the album title, it says it's inevitable. And for people that are content creators or just anything you do in life, it has an end to everything. Even that job you work, it's going to end one day. They're going to have to replace you. Somebody else is going to have to come in. And J. Cole's coming through the right time with this subject. The right time with this subject because, I'm preparing for a very big year myself. And part of me is afraid that what if I'm, not good enough, or what if I take off and I fall off? And I don't know the message behind this album, but I can't say this is something we all can listen to and resonate with because we're so caught up with the fears and caught up on what could possibly go wrong and caught up on the end when we're just not enjoying the ride. So I say all that to say, when you watch the video for track 2, disc 2, art is, I don't know what the saying is, but everybody has a different perception of an art piece. J. Cole is a true artist. With that music video, it's a true work of art. And I say all that to say a lot of people are taking different things out of it. There's different elements that are standing out to people. But I kind of look at the full picture. And J. Cole gives us this 4K experience of, him being locked up in this room in this studio. And it branches out to him being 6 feet under, dead, and then birth, and he's talking about his rise to fame and how he's on top of the world. Like, I look at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is it's a part of his story. J. Cole is still very much alive, but I take it as him just giving us, this full glimpse and this full thing that he's aware of. But from my assumption, for the conclusion of the entire fall off experiences, the ride is the ride, but it's bound to end one day. And I think J. Cole reflecting on it and giving us a 4K experience was his way of just kind of celebrating and kind of giving us a clear picture of all of our lives. Like, the ride is the ride, the fall is the fall, and the fall off is bound to happen. We're all bound to leave this world one day. And that is just so incredible to me, because I could see why, they said he's been working on this album since 2018. It's for a long time coming. I could see how it could take so much effort for him, because this is a work of art. If you really do think of that concept, that is beautiful. That is genius. And I don't know the conclusion to the album. We're going to find out, because, Cole is somebody that leaves us with conclusions with his music. We're going to find out. And my assumption is, knowing Cole, just enjoy the ride. Okay. A lot of people are also saying, real quick, I want to get to two things. We're going to the next subject. Is this the last album for J. Cole? I don't think so. I think J. Cole has more to give, and he's a rapper at the end of the day. He's not somebody that has tried to like be an actor or be a model. He's just always been a rapper. And that leads me to believe that he's just a passionate rapper, and that's all it is. And that's all he ever wants to give to us. So no, I do not think this is the end. I don't think the fall off is a message that he's going to retire. I think the fall off is a message of J. Cole. He is somebody that wears his flaws on his sleeve, and it's been that since the beginning of his career. He wears his flaws on his sleeve, and I think that's just him saying, like, he's the biggest rapper in the world, but he's not perfect. No rapper is perfect, and every rapper is bound to fall off. I just think that's the message. Real quick, Jay-Z in 2003 announced that he was going to retire. And then he bounced back with, I believe, the Black Album. He was only 33. So, this isn't the first time that we felt like a huge rapper was going to retire. So, I don't think that's the case. I think Cole has more to offer. If anything, I think in the album, Cole is going to give a big announcement. I don't know if it's like him maybe starting a new business or a new company, or, maybe he has a new child on the way. We don't know what he has up his sleeve, but it's always something, right? And lastly, I want to talk about people's messages about Kendrick Lamar and Drake. In my opinion, Cole ain't no weak man, okay? This man, let's be real. This is probably the only person ever that has put hands on Diddy. It's a rumor, I know. It's just a rumor. But Cole is about that life, and us Cole fans know that. I do not think Cole was afraid, and that's why he apologized. I genuinely believe it's because those are his friends, and Cole loves his people. Cole loves people, period. And he wants both for these people. Cole has had a hand in Kendrick Lamar's career. Cole has had a hand in Drake's career, and vice versa. Before Cole was even famous, he had a Drake feature within the morning. So, they go way back. And I think that was just Cole's way of just expressing how much he loves, his friends. And he want them all to just win. But as for the big three, ain't no big three, because y'all know it's just Cole. It's just Cole.